Okay, how we doing out there? I'm back. But I've been thinking about it. All right, so I made two versions of the elegant silver. So we got one that's a little darker than the previous one I just showed off, a little darker. And then I thought, okay, we still need a lighter version of it. So there's another version. So we got two of them out of. Actually, we get three, but we're going to do two of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this separate. Still going to be the same price, but we're going to make it separate from the darker products. It's going to have its own shopping cart to itself. Two versions of the screen paint. One's going to be a lighter one because we're trying to make it so we can actually connect with everybody. So we make a lighter version of it, and we're going to make a bit of a darker version of it. Not too dark. So this is the darker version of it right here. I'm going to stand in front of my projector. That's as dark as it's going to get. And then the other one is actually lighter than this one. So one's going to have a little bit more of a contrast than the other one. But as you can see, compared to what we develop over here, it's very light screen. All right, so we'll let this one play right here. But I want to show you this is what we got right here. All right. So this one right here is the lighter version of it. And this is the darker version of it right here. That way we can have the best of both worlds. These are both, you pay for the paint, they're going to be both free color options at the same time. So let me pop the top on this one so we can display this one. Shake it up real good. All right. This is the top to this one. See, nice pretty color to it. That's what I said. We do things a little bit differently. We don't want to be matched like everybody else. And then you have the darker version, which we have right here, which is this one. So I made it a little bit more darker, but it's still lighter than anything we have over here, because everything we have over here is dark. Even that's a red over there, and the red is darker than that screen by far. All right, so this is what we're going to have. So we're going to make a collection of these high-end silvers for our customers. You can have this version right here, or you can have that version right there. All right, so let's have a look at this one. So we did change it. And, see what we got. So I said I wanted the contrast that was just a little bit more darker on this one, but I didn't want to take too much away from the screen. Tells you at the end of the day, I think more about paint than I think about actual gaming. Like the entire time, I'm basically having fun in this game. All I'm thinking about, we should have two versions of this. All this stuff is processed in my head. So like I said, Lord blesses me to be able to make this stuff and make it in a certain amount of time. So I'm able to maintain my white levels and keep my contrast at the same time. The other one, the contrast levels weren't there. But this one, like I said, the other one, it's going to be a lot lighter. Those of you that prefer to have a much more higher white level, remember contrast levels are going to be in between, but like it gives you a selection. So this will have its own shopping cart separate from the other one, and it will have a color selection in there. I may do one more in there. I might add another one. Maybe this one might have an interesting color to it. Another one with a very interesting color we can add to it. So like I said, I wanted to, and in the video, I said that, well, this is not the average light that most people use in their homes, and they don't use this kind of lighting. I mean, meters max out down here. And then I thought when I was upstairs gaming, I said, well, we could take it upstairs to an area where it has realistic light, but at the end of the day, for me, that would be cheating, because the reason why it's cheating, because it has to pull up down here. If it doesn't pull up down here, it doesn't deserve to go upstairs anyplace else. The reason why we have this set up here is to make sure that our screens can pull up in a heavy amount of light. If I had to take a screen upstairs to show that it produces better, that means it's failed. So the only two options we have for a screen now is here or outside. So if it can't make it here, it doesn't get a label. It has to be to pull that image. And this is when it's going through testing. After finished testing, we can stick it anywhere we want in the house. It doesn't really make a difference because it's already proved what it can possibly do. But as it's in its testing stage at 1%, it has to stay down here, no matter what. Whether we're doing certifies, white screens, whatever, it has to stay down here in this environment. Because if I take it out, it'll be cheating. And we can't have that, can we, people? So Monday morning, I will paint up the new screen. We'll do some side-by-sides with the silver. And maybe we'll make another color. I still haven't got my unicorn yet. And my unicorn is in this range of these colors. So I do want my unicorn.
Humans like you are destroying the earth. Okay, let's cool it, Pokey.
Now we're still in 720p. That's what we're going to remain at down here in 720p. We don't switch over to the 1080p's until basically it's passed most of its tests. But right now, it has to remain in 720p. We will be bringing down some lower lumen projectors. I'm going to eBay, and I'm doing some shopping on eBay for some lower projectors. My budget for my projectors have to be no more than $60 down. That's it. That's all I'm allowed to spend for these screens. Because I want to show the customer at the end of the day that we can spend $60 on a projector, still maintain in this environment, and still be able to produce a beautiful image. That's the challenge for me. And I accept. I definitely accept. I'll take that challenge. Now, for those of you who are saying that Candy must be crazy, the meter has to pick up down here. Nope. This is my meter right here that I have. This is the kind of lighting we use in the environment. We use a high fluorescent. These are high fluorescent work lights. You see them in, I don't know if you see them in restaurants or anything, but you see them pretty much in apartment stores and stuff like that, the high bright lighting. That's what I love about this spot down here. So, I'm going to take Mr. Meter, which actually matches the same as my cell phone case, and we're going to turn it on. And there you go. Automatic shutdown. Go over and take my hand. I want to block the meter a little bit so we can get some of our reading right here, see? The minute I move it away, automatic shutdown. Meters don't read down here. Too much lighting. So let's take a walk around the screen. We have to be to pull up an angle gain. With that much lighting making contact with the screen. It must be sharp from edge to edge. That's why I say when we do these demonstrations, that screen has to be sharp from edge to edge. We can't have it washing out in the corners and have the middle looking nice. And as you can see by me painting the screen, the first coat's the same thing. They're fast, quick. There's no such thing as sitting there worrying about painting a 3-inch line in the middle of your screen. I still don't know how that works if you're going to paint that to a wall, because that would be virtually impossible. That's why I said too many complicated instructions. You get a customer, customers they can get a little nervous about painting the screen. They don't want to mess it up. If you're telling them you got to paint a 3-inch wide, you got to basically not paint, but you got to pour that line in. What if they go over that? Then you got 1,000,001 questions going through someone's head right now because they're thinking that because I might have went over by a couple of inches, I could mess the screen up. So that's why I say you got to make it fast and make it easy. Make it something that they can apply on real quick, real fast. Nobody really wants to spend the time, you know what I mean? You just want to be done and over with at the end of the day. Especially a lot of you just coming in from work and you got your screen paint comes in. First thing you want to do is you want to paint it in. You don't want to be sitting there painting multiple applications, drying between multiple applications. And then either you're going to blow through 4 rollers in the process of wasting your rollers, or you're going to waste 4 rollers of paint one screen. Think about that. Or you're basically just going to sit there and wash out your rollers, which I showed you in a demonstration how that turns out. So I'm liking this new one. All right, so this is good. I told you it just need to be a tad bit darker, but then we got a lighter version of it, just in case for those of you who want to sit there and go, well, got to have it a little darker. Let's go over here, and let's see. I need this one right here. Am I on 12K or what kind of project? 4K tropical fish. We can pop over in here. I got a ton of freaking candy to buy. I got little ones. So I buy them giant stocking stuffer with a whole bunch of junk food. You know, stuff kids like to eat. The everyday stuff, I can't have too much, but I give them something. I found a train. I'm a big fan of trains. I found a train store that will put your company's logos. So, of course, I like the all black smokers. Those are my favorite trains. I'm about to design the Crystal Edge Express pretty soon. I'm getting one for the house. And it's going to be stick. That train is going to be all black. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah, I found a company that does it. Just looking up interesting stuff to put my logo on. Now, as for t-shirts and stuff, we did that years ago. Years ago. I got videos that date back to probably about 4 years ago where we had our logos on t-shirts, waiting for anybody else was doing it. Oh yeah, you want to see one? I'll show you one. I told you, everything I do, I back up. Everything I have is time stamped. Way before anybody was doing it. As a matter of fact, someone had mentioned I should do merch. I'm not doing merch. You know why? I don't have time to do merch at all, period. See those orders I had on the table? That's just a half of it. I'm still getting orders that are processing in. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I'm not complaining at all. But I still got orders that are processing in. And I got companies that bought from us that are now rebuying from us. So yes, it's been, I'm blessed to have people to help me out this. The driver came down, got all the packages, took everything out. That was the postal service. That would have been a nightmare. Because the person I have right now really doesn't want to pick up packages. Even if I pay for the shipping to be picked up on that day. And I'm running my company through them. That's why I'm right now looking into getting me a scale, and so I can basically do my own. So that way, if I go through UPS or FedEx or one of them, and I schedule a pickup, they have to come by the house, bring the truck in, pick up my stuff, and take it with them. So that's what I'm working on next. Another option besides shipping with the United States Postal Service. I still need a driver, by the way, because like I said, she helps out a lot. And it puts a little coin in her pocket. Coin. My dad used to say that, put a little coin in your pocket. I like the fact that the screen is pulling up this well. I wonder for a minute. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh, I ever get what I want on here? It just says it right there, red screen. I see this all the time, red screen, red screen. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I'm a little bit curious. Let me see, how wet are we on the screen? Where's our samples at? We got samples down here. There's samples and duct tape. Everything should be down here in the shop, so I don't have to go anywhere at all. Make it easier for Mr. Bird. Let's see what we get. Hold on, let's go to white screen first. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm curious. I want to certified to react to this screen right here. And like I said, we're not used to doing it in the light. We're used to having much darker screens, you know. I'm not used to having anything that's dark. So, I mean, sorry, it's light. So let's see how our screens react to some certified screens. And we need to take that off. I need to have it at front. We need this to be, because I want to see when I transfer the white screen. Wait for, I swear I tell you, this technology, this voice technology learns from us. People don't think I'm joking about that, but it learns from us. Usually when I first got my Fire Stick, that's the first thing it did. Don't worry about it. We give our free Fire Sticks to 1 gallons, don't freak out over it. But any technology does it, it learns from it. When I first asked for white screen, it would give me a selection of white screens. Now it chooses the white screen for me. After a while, it does learn from you. This AI, artificial intelligence. And that's what people understand. It's AI, it's artificial intelligence. It's designed to learn. To learn. They had some, oh shoot, they had this this exoskeleton. I don't know what country was developed. This is many, many years ago. They were developing an exoskeleton that can operate independently on itself, depending on the soldier's training. So basically, this would be a suit that you would put on, and this suit would learn from you. Like if you were basically in a situation where you're in a serious firefight, this machine would be learning from you on how you basically would function and how you would operate and how you would control yourself in a firefight. And this machine was learning from you. But the scary thing about it is the machine can separate. You can step out of the unit and it can operate independently on its own. Now, mind you, I don't know if it was real or not, but like I said, it's enough to freak you out that people are developing or thinking about developing technology. So at the end of the day, now you have a machine that has learned and been trained by the very soldier it was protecting, which means you get enough of these out there by different individual soldiers, you got a pretty good army of robots on your hand when you think about it, or whatever you want to call them, AI intelligence, whatever you call it. But that's what they were for. They were designed for. So this what kind of freaks me out about. Because now the very soldier that is basically trained to basically protect his country is now fighting an enemy that basically knows his every tactics because you taught it. So yeah, it's some weird stuff. Yeah, I look at some weird art stuff they had. Now this is many years. Now we got machines. Now here's the machines that walk around and move. And the dog they kick over and it gets back up. Yeah, boy. People really asking for that Skynet, are they? They're begging for Skynet. Now you got machines from Amazon. You got this dog that can walk around. Use it to the dog that walks around to your house, has a little face on it. It learns your expressions and all that stuff. Reads your expressions and all that stuff. Yeah, because it's scanning you. All that stuff is being scanned. Oh, I don't know, man. It's just weird, man. It's just really weird to me. He's like, welcome. It's the future. Yeah, I'm saying I don't want too much of the future in my house. I'll say that much. It's just too much for me. At the end of the day, I like to have something that's manual. I think the funniest commercial I've ever seen was this rich guy. I don't know if you saw it, but this rich guy, basically everything in his house is voice activated. He just walks into the house like radio, TV, treadmill, like everything in his house is running perfectly, right? Until he goes to the dentist and gets a tooth pulled. Now the machine can't recognize his voice recognition at all, and he's just basically just freaking out. So he's in the house, and he's saying? He's saying volume. No, he's saying fire because he's freezing because he got caught out in the rain. He keeps saying fire, but the machine is reading volume, and it's turning up the radio louder and louder and louder. So there's a lot of crazy stuff that went on. Honestly, for me, I take good old-fashioned manual override any day. And I'm a tech junkie at that. All right, we're going to take the Cinema Grade 5D, right? And put that there. Like I said, anything, this is exciting for me, and I'll tell you why. Oh, the screen is still wet, really? It's still wet? All right, still wet. Do we have any dry areas in here? See, that's the thing about it. Now, mind you, let me show you something real quick. This screen is dry. It's look, it's dry. Right? It's dry, right? But the thing about it is, a screen, when you paint it, is still curing, which means it's still wet as you paint it. It's still curing. It still takes time to dry. That's what I'm saying. If you're doing multiple applications, you know how long you have to get a screen to dry for multiple applications? Let's get that to dry a little more. We have to do certified. We have to see. I'm really excited about this because, like I said, black screens and darker screens, oh, that stuff we drop in there, that stuff activates so perfectly that it has no problem with being able to react with the lights, environments, and light stuff with no problem whatsoever. But this is a lighter screen, so it's going to react differently, which I'm curious to see basically if it can hold its own. Let's see what happens. So then we get the screen to dry a little bit more. Till then, let's play a little video real quick while I'm waiting for this to dry. Let me go to 4K demonstrations.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let that play a little bit here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to Keystone. I haven't done some Keystone demonstrations in a bit. Or Key Cut. I think it's Key Cut. Let's go to Key Cut real quick. Ooh, they got a new video. I'll take that one right there. Let that play in the dry. All right, so I need this one right here. Dark Star 9. All right, I'll put my samples up real quick. Take care. heavy strip across it. Maybe that'll get the stick. Pause that for a minute. I'll put a heavy strip across it. See what we get from there. Maybe we get this baby to stick. I don't know. Still a little damp. I want to see what we got here in the middle over here. We got something here. All right. So grab this section. Hopefully that stays. Have to be to see this. See exactly what we got here. It's not too bad, but still don't want to stick too well. Okay. So deep like this. Nope, and one stick. Bring it down a little bit lower. What do you got going down here a little bit lower? We dry here? All right, a little better there. See what we got going on here. All right. I think I'm gonna do one more color for silver. I haven't decided which one. I got another color I want to do. Let's do it the Dark Star 9 too. It's a little bit drier, a little bit lower down. I think if I just recently just painted the screen. All right, Dark Star 9, Cinema Grade 5D, Parallax, if I'm always butchering that name. So let's see what we got going on here. White screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Oh yeah, we got this. This is easy. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's see what comes up. Dark Star 9 concerns me. Dark Star 9 looks pretty good. Yeah. The gunmetal screens are always going to show darker. Remember, these screens are actually darker than my screen. See? These are gunmetals. Gunmetals are always going to be darker. Put to the lighter screens. Let me see for a minute. Yeah, the gunmetals are always going to pull a better contrast level. They're darker screens compared to the lighter screens. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're engineered, that's what they're designed to do. Bring up dark levels. But next to our black screens, they can't hold a candle to a phantom. But other than that, yeah, they're supposed to do that. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Our screen just has to keep up with them and it's light. And it's doing good. So it means it can't turn into this and it can't turn into that. That's a white screen, that's a Cinema Grade 5D. That's a mid-grade screen. But it has to be to keep up to these two screens right here. These two screens are going to pull heavy contrast either way because, like I said, they're gunmetals. Now, if we take a gunmetal and we stick it against our dark gunmetals, they don't pick up next to our gunmetals, they turn white. Put them against phantoms, which are jet black, they turn white. But if we took them against these lighter screens for developing, then they should always pick up heavy contrast because they're much darker than our technology. All right, let's go pull in, let's see, slow color change out.
Getting that from YouTube.
Prepare your taste buds. Kit Kat Duos and instant dark chocolate.
We're not concerned about the white screen. Anything can beat a white screen. Literally. That's why I see people when they do like a test against a white screen, I go, look how impressive it is. It's a white screen. Literally anything can beat a white screen. You can go to Home Depot and buy some bare silver screen and you can throw it against a white screen. You will basically pick up better than a white screen. It's a white screen at the end of the day. Well, I know it's going to happen because like I said, the screen's a little saturated. And this is with a saturated screen. But I expect for these to pull up much better due to the fact that they're darker screens. But the fact that the technology we have here, which is lighter, which is still picking up a very good dark level next to a screen that's actually darker than its gunmetal. Nah. We're going to get that. Screen's a little saturated. It's going to have some issues with the sticking. I have a little bit of problem there, that's all. Screen's a little saturated. Just want to, I gotta get done, people. I'm tired. Mr. Bird has Sunday off, so it's Sunday to relax and meditate. I want to make sure I'm correct on this. Let's bring these up a little higher. Right now, I gotta get this. Right now, it's starting to get dry a little bit here. Got this start to stick a little bit. Let's see for a minute. You have to have this in the center. You can't have it. The problem when you're dealing with a screen that basically it has a reflective surface, is you can't have it too low. And that's probably a mistake. I think here. Let me get heavier tape. My screen's a little wet, people. But yeah, you can't have it too low. If you have it too low, then it's going to basically turn dark on you. So you got to be careful about that. And I made a mistake there. I put it lower because it was drier, but you can't do that when you're dealing with a screen with a reflective surface. Hopefully we can get it to stick, people. Not, then we'll have to come back tomorrow morning. No, we can't come tomorrow morning. Sunday, we'll work on Sunday. We'll have to resume this on, this is not going to stay. We're going to have to resume this on what you call. Oh, wait, we do have a way we can make this. No, because you can't have it there. It has to be directly in the center at all times. That's where it has to be. Can't have it too high. You can't have it too low. It has to be directly in the center. This is coming from the screen. A little bit saturated. Let's try this a big piece. You can get the stick. So if this doesn't stick, because I'm not going to come back here late on the night. I'm tired. I got things to do. I got to be up tomorrow morning. Well, not earlier tomorrow morning for anything. So I got the mom's word today, so I'm doing the unload today. Let's see what we can get there. If it doesn't stick, we can wait till Monday. We're in a rush, right? We got plenty of time. Oh, that's going to come off. I can feel it. It's going to come off. Okay, we can't get the stick, people. Sorry about that. It happens. Yeah, we might have to basically wait until the screen dries. I'm rushing to get this done. There are things I'm going to do. All right, there we go. Get a hold of it for a little bit so I can get it to go through with the color change out. All right, there we go. Yeah, it has to be, those two screens that have that reflective surface have to be in the center of the screen. If you bring them down, it can become too dark. If you put them up too high, they can become too dark. They can become an issue. So those two reflective surfaces, the gunmetals, have to be literally in the center of the screen. Because like I said, some of them suffer from narrow viewing cone. So if you're going to get proper readings from the screen, they have to be in the center. So that's much better. Because they were coming up too dark. Let me see if I walk in front of the projector. There we go. Yeah, they're still reflecting their color. That's good. Yeah, so now we know we have a lighter screen that can maintain almost close to the gunmetals, but it's still going to pick up a better contrast level. I just need you to stay for just a little bit longer. That's all I need you to do. Got to run one other test. Oh, man. My endless work. Just need to run one little test here, just one, two of them. Exactly. We need Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
I'm glad she didn't fight me on that one, but she did give me in the wrong direction. Yes, she did. Starfield screensaver. Come on now, I'm working with this
Getting
tape.
that from YouTube.
All right, come on, let me see this. So this will bug me all night.
We move forward.
Please, really? Seriously?
Creativity.
Good gracious, give me something. All right, here we go. This is what we need to see, what the contrast levels lay at. Now I expect it to pull up. In mind, you talk about a lighter screen. We always expect for them to not have contrast levels equal to darker screens, which are the gunmetals, but we don't want them to look like this, and we definitely don't want them to look like that. Sorry, Crow, but that's your screen paint. We don't want that reaction. You need to be able to pick up some kind of contrast level. And that's your, well, that's the, keeping it in the light gray category, that would be your whatchamacallit, your Metallica right there. All right. One last thing we need to see, which is very important, if we can get the tape to stay up there a little bit longer for us. And this one's coming down just a little bit longer. 4K Snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
This white level should be extremely good. Yeah. So it can maintain its contrast levels. Now remember, the gunmetals are extremely going to be good because they're darker screens. They're able to pull a heavy contrast level. But the screen, being as light as it is, and being much, much, much lighter than the gunmetal screens, is able to maintain its contrast levels, is able to maintain its color levels, and able to maintain its white levels with no problem. All right, now you can come down. Now the screen was just painted. That's why the tape is not sticking. Because I just took the screen over a few minutes ago. Decided to come downstairs, do the demonstration. And at the same time, the Lord blessed me with the ability to develop the other one. So now we have two of these. We don't have to do these certified screens, but they have to. Well, we don't have to, but at the end of the day, I can just do like everybody else and just turn out the lights and turn on my projector, swap this out for the 1080p 5000 lumen crispy projector we got upstairs. We could do it that way, but where's the fun? Because at the end of the day, if I'm doing these demonstrations in the dark, how do you know how it's going to react in your environment? That's why it's very important to do it with all this light we have down here, so we can see if the screen can still pick up, still maintain its color levels against certified screens. We just did a great screen paint up there just to see what would happen. At the end of the day, when you think about it, you know, as I said before, they got their own little problems they're going to have to deal with. They still haven't done that match test yet. I know. I don't have to check their channel to find out. I already know. But they never did it. And they're never going to do it. But that's neither here nor there for me. I've already done our tests, everything we need to do on our end. Matter of fact, the tests I'm doing right now, they couldn't even do this. There's no way in the world they'd be able to pull a screen up in this kind of environment and still be able to maintain next to certified screens. You'll never see it done. 2 points. Now, would we recommend this for outside? No. The only best screens outside are black. Black, the darker the screen, the better it is for outside. As for this, no, this is going to be better off inside. That's all. Make this a mid-class. But I like them. I like the colors and all. The colors are pretty. All right, let's paint. I'm going to paint this one down real quick. We'll paint this other new one down so we can have this ready for Monday. $4K tropical fish, relaxing. I need something to relax while I'm doing that down here. Let's see what we got. I'll take that one.
Can you try the pink sneakers?
How much do you have?
Like 1,000 pennies.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, yes, go! You're welcome.
That's awesome.
Because everything great is birthed through this real empathy, Sam. I see you, I feel you, I hear you. That's what truly matters.
These commercials are just stupid. Seriously, sitting in the car, basically having that kind of deep thought process over a vehicle. It's not even a Bugatti. All right, let me see.
I hear you.
I remember back in the day when everybody was it a Lexus? I think it was an Lexus. When everybody was grabbing a Lexus and they thought the Lexus was this new state-of-the-art car and found it was a Toyota. I think Toyota, it was a Toyota, right? In Japan, it was a Toyota. That's all they were. It's a luxury version of a Toyota. That's what it is. But back then, at the time when the Lexus first came on the scene, oh, everybody was grabbing those bad boys, man. That was like the high-end car to get. And they found it was a luxury version of a Toyota. All right, so we're going to put this one down. This is the lighter version right here we have. Look at that right there. Look how beautiful that color is. We want something to be, it's going to look beautiful when your projector's off, that your screen looks attractive. That's what I like about the reds. The reds are gorgeous. Oh, they're beautiful. We might do another one on that one. I'm not sure. Mind, these are all going to be free color options for the customers. Oh, that's going to be beautiful on the screen. Woo, that's going to be looking real nice. Right there. Now, keep in mind, at the end of the day, understand this, people. I'm a big fan of dark technology, so that's what's going to stay in my house. Going to have a couple of these on show, that's based about it, but my main screens in my house are always going to be dark. That's me. That's what I like. This is being developed because some people come to my, oh, you finally decided to? No. Again, I explained to you. I think dark technology is more superior than anything else on the face of the planet. We developed this because we're trying to give something to everybody. So you have some people out there that are still going to like the light silver screens. This is what they like. This is what they enjoy. So this is why we're making it. I don't want, because naysayers come up there saying, you finally, no. Again, you don't understand how it all works. What you need to do is you need to call one of these big companies like Elite Screen, Black Diamond, one of those big companies, and talk to them. And they'll tell you, hey, look, you ask them, what is the most advanced screen that you have, the most expensive you have in the market? They're not going to point to a silver screen. They're going to point to one of those near black gunmetal screens in the back. That's what they're going to point to. Those are flagships. Those are the ones going to cost you $4,000, $5,000. Those are the most expensive ones. The darker the screen, the more expensive it becomes. That's how it works. I wonder if Seymour has a dark screen. That's something. Seymour for the longest time has developed very light screens at Seymour AV. Oh, no. They have a dark screen. They have the matinee black, and the matinee black is 0.9. But I mean a really, really dark gunmetal screen. That I'm interested to see if they have one. That would be nice to see if they got one. Now we're going to do another thing. We're going to take a screen, half of it, we're going to spray it, the other half is going to roll it. You figure which side is which. Are you insane? Maybe. Who even knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Where it goes. You see me over here? I think you can see me over here, can't you? You see me? I don't know. No corners. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. I tell you, first house I worked in, so first house. Your first house had one little tiny window. That's it, one little tiny window. It was hard to work down there, boy. Very little air ventilation in that spot right there. Second house had a door, a door that went to the driveway, which was pretty cool because I can get air circulation there. Plenty of room to work at. Really good big spot, another spot to work at. First house, second house, yeah. Third house, no, that's the basement. It got me sick. That's why I got lawyers taking care of that mess. That's a long story. I don't want to talk about that too much. But anyway, yeah, inside. But anyway, besides the fact, it was a very nice basement. Plenty of white walls, condensed lighting, which was fantastic. I love the condensed lighting. And then we came here. But the first house didn't have a backyard. Well, the first house had a backyard, but the neighbors were noisy and there was something else. So I really couldn't work in the backyard as much as I wanted to. So I was confined to the basement. I couldn't really work in the front because it was not much room in the front. But still a blessing from God. It's amazing how God has upgraded every time I've asked him for a nice workplace to work at. My first place was a little tiny rented room. So I went from there to that house, and I was blessed to be able to move to another house that was much bigger. I had a deck in the back, which was pretty cool. I did some demonstrations out there. And had a nice deck in the back. I'm just taking my time with this because I'm really just tired in between. But yeah, I had a nice deck in the back and I could work on. The deck was kind of rickety, but at the end of the day, I don't complain about stuff like that. When God blesses me with stuff, I always say a blessing. And I got a chance to go to a bigger place. You know, that's why I put the 200-inch screening because the wall was massively huge. But nice place to work at. Front was nice and all, but like I said, neighbors were a little too nosy, so I didn't want people knowing what I did for a living, so I really didn't go out in the front. That's why you never saw videos in the front of the house ever, because there were just so many people out there. It's really, I like to be in a quiet area. And then, but the house back here was much of a big improvement than what I had. I still could do some demonstrations outside under the deck and stuff like that, so that was nice. And then we got blessed to move over to another area where didn't get a big backyard, but I had a good front yard. That's why I did the videos from the front and everything. We had the condensed lighting and the fireplace. That was a really nice place. Basement was real nice and all, despite the fact that there was something in there that literally almost killed me. But other than that, like I said, you know, God worked everything out. People are like, oh, well, you know, God put you in a place where you got mold poisoning, you know, you almost died. No, at the end of the day, it could have been worse. It could have been much, much worse. I spent a year in a basement that had 3 different kinds of very high mold that literally should have killed me at the end of the day. When I went and got my biopsy done after spending a year in this basement, I had no cancer. I had no collapsed lungs, no deterioration, nothing. It's like I was maintained the entire time when I was in there. I had some damage, but not to the point where basically I would have really been messed up. I mean, really been messed up. No brain damage, nerve damage, nothing. Kidneys, everything, functioning perfectly. Everything's fine. The only thing I have problems is my breathing from time to time. And even that's gotten better since they've got me on the Symbicort now. So it got much better. Oh, much better, much better, much better. You know what I mean? And then out of it all, I ended up with a massive lawsuit. Like a real big lawsuit out of all this. And this is not, I tell people, this is not a freaking, people got me sick. It's not a freaking landlord. No, it's well, I'm going to leave that word out of it. It's a huge corporation renters investment group. Let's put it that way. All right? Yeah. So they got me sick. So from that alone, I can retire and disappear off the face of the planet. I can allow all this to become no more if I choose to. But I like what I do for a living, so I'm going to invest what I got from whatever and get my stores. I want my storefronts. So I invest and get me a couple big storefronts and put my stuff on display so everybody can see it live. But yeah, it was nice house. It was a nice house altogether. Got some good videos, good ideas. A lot of blessings went through that house. And then I moved here, and man, I'm telling you, what a blessing. Got a big backyard in the back, got an upper-sized deck, got a long driveway I can do videos from side to side with, got a nice front yard I haven't had a chance to even use yet, which I can't wait to use the front yard. Basement, I love this freaking basement. I got heat in my basement. See that radiator over there? It's a radiator. Heat in the basement. Basement is quite warm. Nah, just finish this screen off. I love it, you know what I mean? And the other place I worked at, the basement was cold. You know? The other house I lived at, the we didn't have heat in the basement, and the basement was really cold. But over here, I got a warm basement, and it's nice and cool down here. Basement is always cool, but God worked everything out. Now the next house I moved to, 4 freaking acres, people, 4 freaking acres. But by then, when I move into that house, I officially will never be on I won't be on YouTube anymore. I won't be on Facebook or nothing anymore. I'll go full corporate because I have the money to push my company where I needed to go, anywhere I wanted to go. I can open up 16 stores. I can open store. Mind you, it's quite a large. I'm not going to say much about it, but it's quite a big one. Let's put it its way. So when I basically leave from there to the next stage, I can go in and I can open up stores in all 50 states, or anything I want at the end of the day. And that's what I'm going to invest my money into, my company. Yep. That's why I'm fixing to get all these contracts set up ahead of time, get my own legal team set up, go full corporate, and basically have somebody run the entire company. And I can donate money to charity and do all the things I want to do. And I can just basically just retire to my 4 acres with my farm animals and disappear. Only got to show up the authorization, and that's pretty much basically about it. We have enough technology to last them for years. It ain't anything else. I'm done. That's what I'm planning to do. It wasn't my first stage, I'll tell you that right now. It wasn't my first choice. My first choice, when I was really, really sick, and I could hardly breathe, and I was coughing a lot, and I thought, well, this is it. I'm going to have to retire from my company, and this is going to be the end of it. Because I really thought that was going to be the end of it. Until I got that one doctor, he got me on Symbicort. Man, that stuff is a blessing. And then God is the most of all my prayers and everything go to him. So he's responsible for the healing of me. But getting the right doctors in there to treat me the right way, that Symbicort, man, strengthened my lungs. So now I got a different way I look at things now. I'm not thinking about just walking away from the company and leaving the company. I'm actually thinking about investing it and making the company stronger and bigger. Yes. Much, much, much bigger. So my next stage is basically to get storefronts, big, massive storefronts where people can come in. They can see the screens on display, indoor and outdoor, you know what I mean? And then that way, take it to the next stage. And let the distributors who I'm signing contracts with, let them do the processing and advertising and all that, and stuff like that, you know what I mean? People can just go into showrooms and just see the screens. That's what I want to do. Point in investing in anything else, I mean, that's what I'm best at doing anyway, right? Then I can have nice screens for all my customers, set them up with better stuff. That's what I want. Now you notice, people get worried about painting the screen, and they're worried about whether or not, hang on here. They're worried about if they basically walk away from the screen, that they're going to basically mess it up. Now I can have a conversation with you. Come back to paint my screen. You're not going to mess it up. It's like you're painting in the screen and your kid does something in the background and you got to stop to go take care of that, or maybe you got a phone call that comes up, something like that. You don't have to worry about messing up your screen. Just come back and finish painting it, that's all. People think, oh, you're going to get yourself a fancy Bugatti and fancy cars and lots of jewelry and blah, 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 blah. Nope, not going to happen. I'm a very simple human being. I still like to shop at Walmart. I shop at Walmart. I love Payless. Payless was my store to go to. I love freaking Payless. Unfortunately, they went out of business. But anyway, like I said, I love places like that. Nope. Gonna keep it simple as I always kept it. That's the way it's going to stay. But I plan to donate a lot of money to charity. I'll tell you that much. You do something better with it. I can't take it with you. Definitely not taking it with you. I plan to donate a lot of money to charity. As a matter of fact, I make sure my company donates a lot of money to charity at the end of the day. It should be that way. Donate more money. Well, how much stuff do you need? I see people with dozens of fancy cars and, man, jewelry. How much stuff do you need? At the end of the day, I mean, I guess you got to do what makes you happy, but not for me. I'm happy. Just sitting down. You know what makes me happy? Cartoons. Oh, a new set of cartoons on Cartwork Network. Big bowl of cereal, my fuzzy slippers, my cat, and that's it. I'm good. That's all I need to make me happy. That's it. Maybe a couple of video games at the end of the day I can play through. That's it. I'm happy. And that's it. Go to eBay, find me a good projector for a very cheap price. I'm happy. About as good as it not. I still want to, I'm still looking for the screen. There's a certain screen I want. I want my screen back that I had in my other house. My ceiling to floor screen. Oh, that screen was incredible. That was the biggest screen. I would have loved to build one here, but unfortunately I can't. You know why? We got pipes. So can't put one here. If I could, I would put a ceiling to floor screen in here. I'd take all this out and just map out this whole freaking wall, but we have pipes. That's the only problem. So that's pretty much it right there. I think once I convert this house back the way it is, because that's what I'm planning to have. When I buy this house, I'm going to have the whole house stripped out, completely stripped, the frame out, everything. I'm turning this into a theater room, completely to a theater room. Those pipes are going to be redirected, so I have to bring somebody to redirect the pipes in here. But all this is going to be turned into a theater room. All this house is being ripped up when I get time. When I finally get done, this place is going to be rented out, and I got 2 more houses across the golf course that I'm actually looking at right now to buying. Very nice area down here. But I'm going to redesign this entire house for renting out, and then after that, I'm going to move to my little spot that I want to go to. All right, so we got this screen over here. It's nice and dry. There it goes, right over there. That's as light as it's going to make it right there. We're going to, well, not me. I'm tired, but I still want to see next to the other screen. Might as well. Having a heat wave, tropical heat wave. All right. Let's put this side by side of this one. All right. So we can get these cookies. Oh, I cannot wait. Man, it's baking season. I'm planning to be in my kitchen baking. I wonder if Kevin Bacon does any bacon, or Kevin Bacon eats bacon.
Remember this. Fortune favors bread.
Just want to add one more to the collection, so we can have 3 in that category. White screen. See, that one produces a slightly higher white level. Red screen. red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Thank you. Yep, see the difference. That's why I said the lighter screens, even if we drop that formula into it, they react, but they don't react like the dark screens. The dark screens react on a different level. I'm not expecting much, you have to understand. I'm used to working with dark technology. I'm not expecting much from the technology. It does what it's supposed to do. You know what I mean? As long as it basically passes the certified screens and it passes the test, then we're good with it. But we're not expecting for it to be equal to dark black screens. It's impossible. Black screens are designed to do something completely different. When you got a black screen that can maintain white levels next to one of these screens, you got to, like I said, at the end of the day, it's a very dangerous screen. As the screen can maintain a heavy contrast level and at the same time can still maintain its white levels. But we're developing this stuff, we're developing this for our customers that just want lighter screen paints. So we're trying to have a little bit of everything for everybody. But the fact that it's still maintaining in all this light, which we have a maxed out meter down here, it's not fading, it's not washing out. Slow color change out.
Getting that from YouTube.
That's why we're going to put all this information in there at the bottom. And that's why you need to see all this as a front. You need to see how the screen's going to react next to a black screen. You need to see how it's going to react to its other parts. So we have other silver screens that are going to be a little darker. This one's much darker than this one, so this is going to produce a higher contrast level. So you need to see all of this. Some people like, we look at this and say, oh, but it's failure. It's not failure at all, period. It's doing what it's supposed to do. The thing about it is you're just not going to get the same reaction that you're going to get from a darker screen. That's what they're designed for. They're designed for the heavy contrast, the heavy color pop, but also too they have to maintain a higher white level to be able to make a brighter and more vivid color without becoming too dark. So it's doing exactly what the light screens are supposed to do. But what this screen's going to have to do in order to earn this label, it's going to have to beat the certifieds. It's going to have to maintain in an environment where meters don't pick up. So it's going to do tests that everyday projection screen paints don't do. The fact that we're sitting in all this light with a screen, this light complexion, this is something you don't see in demonstrations. Because so turn out and dim the lights when it comes to the contrast levels to pick up the heavier black levels. We don't do that. You need to see everything. So that way you're not misled in any way whatsoever. All right, let's go with full case no screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now seeing this being a darker screen than this one, see how it's maintaining its white levels? Black screens can do that. Black screens can maintain white levels next to screens that are 4 times lighter than they are. Now this is what this one has to prove. This one, on the other hand, has to be able to maintain its level in a fully lit environment without washing out or fading. And it's going to have to do it against certifiers, which that's going to be fun. And all this has to be done while the lights are on. We'll do a lights out later on, but that's too easy. Right now, all lights have to be on for these tests. Let's pull up Starfield Screensaver. That way, when we make the specification sheet, we can show you exactly where the levels are going to be at. I'm not going to take the screen and go, oh, that's what it pulls up contrast levels equal to a black screen. No, it's not going to happen, people. That's just not going to happen. We don't do that kind of stuff over here. We don't make up stories. So this is the contrast level on this screen. So you can see exactly what you're going to be getting if you decide to select for this screen. And you can see the contrast level on the darker version of the silver. Sit here and tell you at the end of the day that that screen's going to pull a contrast level equal to a darker screen. It's not. You need to see this so you know exactly what you are buying before you purchase it. Like that Cinemax that sat there and said that it pulled the contrast level equal to a black screen. Whoever believed in that nonsense has lost their marbles. Because that, keep in mind, the screen paint that was displayed next to the Cinemax, not to beat a dead horse to death, but it is what it is. The screen paint that was supposed to pull the Jet Black Fusion, wherever that was, pulled a higher contrast level than the Cinemax. And that screen wasn't even black. It wasn't even gunmetal. At that. You gotta be honest, you gotta tell the truth when you do your demonstrations. I'm taking demonstrations. So when I get people ask me, they go, well, how the contrast levels? I guess over here's the video demonstration side by side. So you can see exactly what you're getting yourself into. If this is what you like and you want, if you're not into contrast levels, you're more of a higher white levels, then this would be for you. If you're into higher contrast levels, then when it comes to the silver screens, this would be for you. All right, let's go over to, let me see. 4K demonstration, still up.
Getting that from
Did
YouTube.
I eat dinner today? I had to question myself. Did I have dinner? I don't think I even ate dinner yet. That's probably the reason why I'm so right now. Now, I personally, if I was going to pick a silver screen, which one would I pick? This one, because I favor darker screens. Alright, some people are saying, why don't you turn the lights up? What for? There's no point in turning the lights up. What, to make the screen look good? No, we don't do that over here. It has to go through the same thing all the other screens have to go through. I don't like to hide anything. If I take the lights out, then you're going, wow, look how amazing it looks. We're in the dark. That's easy to do. So we have to have this in a fully lit environment to see how much light the screen can absorb in without basically washing out. So we designed a specification sheet. We say contrast levels are fair. We do a short demonstration, side by side, post at the bottom, so you can see it before you make the purchase. That way, nothing's hidden from you at all. Some people don't do that. You'll stick their screens in the dark, knowing that the contrast levels don't pull up all that well. They'll never show you that. That's something they want to keep hidden. So many times in the demonstration. But some people, like I said, some people, the contrast levels are fair, they're happy with it, that's what they want. So we got a little bit of everything now. On the other hand, I favor dark technology. Like I said, when it comes to the, we painted over. Ha! was not expecting to be doing all this today. Literally, I wasn't even expecting to do this today. I was just trying to do the job, blah, 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 blah. I had orders to get done. But I figured I might as well. I mean, see what we get out of this. See what a server would look like on the screen.
Get a Walmart Plus membership.
On Monday, we'll do a lights out, some other stuff, but right now we have to see how the screen's going to react with all this light we have in here. Okay, we'll do one lights on. Let's just see. You're going to be a dedicated day for There you go. Darker screens always maintain ambient light rejection technology better. They do. Much better. But, you know, like I said, this is why we need to put all this information on the site. There you go. All right. I'm going to make myself some dinner. I watched a movie called The Dirty Dozen. You ever seen that movie before? Pretty good movie. Okay. I'm happy with these two right here. Server comes out looking nice. This is going to be good for mine. This is going to be developed for low lumen projectors. So we're going to bring some low lumens down here. For those of you who have 900, 600, heck, we got a 200 lumen projector upstairs. I'm curious if that would fire up down here with all the lighting we have down here. Let me see this for a minute. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yeah. Like I said, this is the lightest screen going to do this. But like I said, it's something we're developing for our customers who prefer to have a lighter screen. That's what they want. It's a nice, pretty color to it too. Look at the color. Very. But that's what we're developing. Something that the customers want. Something like I said, we have, you know, customers that do like the darker technology, but you still have those of them out there who still want to have a lighter screen, and this is what this is for. Let's see. Oh, we're done. Let's just do some rest. I'm tired. I've done more than I need to do today. I still got orders to process on what we're processing orders on. Oh, the invisible technology. La la. All right, that's good to know. At the end of the day, do I want to do a lighter screen? Honestly, my honest opinion, no. I'm not a big fan of light screens. I'm not. I like dark technology. It's just a much more advanced technology. This is on every level you could possibly think of. That's what it is. But like I said, we have customers here that want lighter screens, and that's what they want. That's what they desire. That's what we're designing. I'm trying to be fair with everybody. I would like to have a darker screen than the Phantom, to tell you the truth. And they also got the art design went darker than the Phantom. That's a 38. Ooh, that's gonna be a freaking crazy screen. Well, we'll finish off all the testing on this in about 2 days, and then we'll have this ready as a free color option for the customers, for y'all. Like I said, that's my personal opinion. I just like darker technology. That's where I'm at. I like that's my personal opinion. Don't let it discourage you, but that's what I like. But at least we have all the information up there. We'll put this next to one of the black screens so you can see exactly the difference between the black screen and that right there. We even have one laying around. I don't think we even have a dark technology screen laying around or any other formulas there. Oh, we do have one. Yes, we do. Ooh. Yeah, we're going to do that soon. We have to do that because then you're going to have people asking about comparisons between the black screens and those. So we'll do one of those too. All right, make sure we got everything put up here down in the shop before I go retire upstairs for the day. So like I said, this is going to be for low lumen. This is going to be cast as for low lumen projectors. Those of you that are basically want higher white levels, this is what this is going to be for. If you have projectors of 900, I've got to find me a sunbeam projector. I need to buy one of those ultra strips of sunbeam projectors. And so that way we can do some demonstrations off that. This is for those who have those low lumen projectors. This is fantastic, perfect for you. We're going to have to see, mind you, down here we're using not normal lighting, but still it's going to have to go through all the testing down here to see how it's going to react and how it's going to work. And then later on we'll pop it upstairs and we're using the normal lighting we have upstairs at around 1600, which should run quite well up there. But like I said, down here we have a lot of light, and the fact that the screen still has to be to maintain in all this light without washing out. All right. Now this is not the test screen right here. This is just a screen we just painted onto just to see how it's going to react. That would be the test screen. Once we finish our testing on this one will be applied to that over there, and then we'll do it from there because this is not big enough. This is only, what size is this? This is only about maybe a 50-inch or maybe a 60-inch screen. Not big enough. It has to be a 92. And I'm already going to put my order in for I need a 100-inch. This is 92. I need a 100-inch, and I need a 126-inch screen. And I'm going to put an order in for a tension 150 for test demonstrations. Or for showcasing too. Because we still have 5 other screen paints. Did you know it's more? There's actually 5 more, but these are for companies. These are companies, technology we're developing called the Olympians. Olympians? Called the Olympians or something crazy. They're Olympians. Yeah. 5 more for the companies. You do. All right, let me see. That's all finished. We're all done there. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm finished. Oh, I forgot. I got a bucket of red over there. What am I going to do with that? I can do. No, we got a motorized projection screen for the red. Maybe we do another. Actually, that screen right there. That's a motorized projection screen. That has to be repainted. All right, we'll figure out something new to put on that one. Let's see, we got the red. We got the gunmetal. We already have a gunmetal screen already. I need something else besides the gunmetal. Yeah, we'll get something else besides the gunmetal. All right, let's see if my PS4 is still running. Oh, it's still running over there. Cool. All right, and what do we got going over here? You guys are still watching over here? There we go. Those who've been asking about the acoustic screen, this is an acoustic. This is on my $60 ultra short throw projector over here. Those who've been asking about the acoustic screens are going to be out of stock until spring. That's a seasoned screen. Notice why my kitchen's so dark? Taku ripped my lights out. So he tore my lights, so I ordered new ones to brighten the kitchen up a little more. Because the kitchen is dark right now because the cat tore out my lights. Why are these so dim? Freaking Taku, the electrician. These are bright. All right, I'm gonna put more LED lights in my kitchen because my kitchen has gone dark because my cat has decided to do some rewiring for me. All right, with that being said, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. And to go, thank you all for your time and God bless. I'll see you Monday.